this week's episode of the Blue Barn Farm to Ranch renovation. This week we're tackling the bathroom and finally starting the chicken coop.
Still demo dust in the air, but we're on the home stretch. The vanity's going in and the bathroom's finally coming together. Out back, we're kicking off the chicken coop renovation. The frame is up, sunlight's pouring.
Watching projects go right and mostly go wrong. Hit subscribe and follow Blue Barn Farm. Feeding the wild stock. Oops.
Okay, so now I got to cut down to about the right size. There's just not enough power. Those are all at 3 inches. Okay, now we're back down to the chop side, so we get it back to the right side. Okay, so I got these pieces cut down to, I don't know if you can see that, 2'5" and then 2'1". And now the ones that are 2'1", I'm gonna have to cut an extra 6 inches off of there because, you know, the pieces got to go together. So that's what I do now is I'll take these two pieces and I'll cut an additional 6 inches off of them and go from there. As you can see, my garage shop has not enough counter space, so I'm using the floor as my layout. But that's basically how this thing's going to look. I've got to put biscuits in the corners to make sure those are lined up, and then we'll blind screw them from the back, and then we'll have to router out for where the mirror gets recessed in there. But that's basically how it's going to look, and then we'll stain it up to match the other stain that we've done on the other trim we've done so far. So that's where we're at. So on to the next thing, which is Installing the biscuits. Okay, so Deb picked up these solar lights. Got 2 of these that we're going to put up outside. One over the back entry and one on the corner of the house where we have existing lights now that we can't figure out why they don't work. I've looked at wiring and everything else and I just can't figure it out. And so this spring I've got a buddy of mine that's coming here to help check. He's more of an electrician type than me, and he lives in North Carolina, and he's going to come here and we're going to work on this together and figure it out. But until then, we bought these, and that way we can see in the nighttime when we go from the garage to the house. So I'm going to put that. Okay, well, there's one at the corner of the house that we can see when we come from the garage, which is right there, and that has a motion detecting light on it already. And then we got this one, and then the other one's right over there, which you can't really see, I guess, until I get up to it. They're labeled as like a street light, so and they kind of look like a street light, but we'll see how they do.
So what we are doing here, and sorry about the lighting, we're in our barn, the blue barn. We are testing the flooring to see where it's safe to walk up there so we can eventually get up there and, ooh, not in that corner.
No, this corner's first, yeah.
That corner's bad. But we wanted to know where we could get up there and start shoveling out the debris that's up there because there's a lot of hay and poop from birds and wildlife. Middle is somewhat okay, but I mean, you can see some stuff falling out. So, but we were hoping to be able to get up there and clear it out before tearing the boards down because we don't want that stuff raining down on top of us. But it looks like it's going to be a very slow as we go process. You have to be very careful because if you look at all these rafters, they have been secured, but a lot of them are bad, like that one there. So there's a lot of work to be done in here. I'm gonna put everything in there, but I gotta try and find a place to prop you guys up. See, these ones are nailed, screwed. It's not screwed in though. Alright, let's see what we can do. Ooh, it begins. And dumpster gets emptied tomorrow, so we'll be able to throw all this insulation in there. Well, all right. Yeah, I should have a mask on.
So last week I had picked up these trusses that a guy down a couple towns over made for me for the chicken coop. I thought I filmed it. Oh, I did film it. I know I did, but I can't find the video anymore. So there's, I think there's 10 of those there. They're going to go over the chicken coop. I just got them in the barn right now. But they're going to go on the chicken coop when we reconfigure it. So I'm looking forward to that in the spring here, actually in a few weeks probably. That should be fun and exciting, something to look forward to. Now that it's a nice day out, for a change, it's early February and it's not very cold anymore right now anyhow, but it's going to get colder I'm sure. But it's for the next week it's going to be pretty nice, so I'm going to take advantage of this, spend a little time here in the garage and start insulating. So I'm going to start with this wall here. So what I got to do first is remove all this stuff and then I'll start to insulate it. I had to move my truck, and after this cold spell, my battery died during the cold spell, so I've been having to jump start it to get it going every once in a while, and I hadn't driven it for a couple of days, and so to move it today, I had to jump start again. So I've got it running over there trying to charge up the battery. Let's hope it works. Bought the house, came with 3 rakes. Scratch that, back up. These are hoes, not rakes. Oh, 16 by 93 will give me a nice tight fit. Okay, so what I bought for the garage was some Owens Corning R13 insulation. You know, I could have gotten better, more R-friendly, but this is the garage. Right now it's a detached garage. Just want to get it a little warmer in the wintertime. And eventually if everything goes the way we'd like, this garage will end up being attached to the house with an addition that, to both of them. And I think hoping a new shop between the garage and the house will happen. So that's funny. Even though it's above freezing right now, it's still a little cold out. Come on now. All right, now let's go put this up. I know my wife's getting excited because we are remodeling our bathroom, and this weekend we're going to be starting the new top and sink and faucet, and hopefully I get that done, and hopefully one day, probably maybe 2 days, but she's getting excited to do that. Well, I'm getting kind of excited now because I'm getting this insulation in my garage, and the next is going to be the poly and then drywall, and then I'll have more of a finished space. But one thing I am noticing here is I've got water forming here all the way along the edge, and the only thing that's been parked here is the side-by-side that's outside. I don't think, I could be wrong. I mean, the snow could have been melting off the tires and gone to the side, but I'm wondering, well, I guess it could be coming up the side, but it's all melted here. So I'm not really sure. Gonna have to monitor that and do something about it in the spring if it persists. So next year, in the winter, if I gotta do workshop stuff in this garage, because I'm pretty sure that this coming summer we won't be doing the addition to link the house to the garage. But if I come in here, I can work, I don't care how cold it is, because I'll be warm. You can see how much junk we have. I call it junk, it's somebody's stuff. But if it isn't mine, it's junk. And if it's mine, it's my stuff, and it's someone else's junk. But we've got it. And I'm going to have to move it all to get around there. So it's going to be interesting in the coming days and weeks on how take care of all that. And where I put it. And maybe what do I get rid of? There we go. I think that's as far as I'm going to get today. It's date night with my wife. Been looking forward to it all week. She's got the dog at the vet right now. She's going to be home momentarily. So I'm going to clean up for today. I only get to work partial days during the week because I got a full-time job, which some of you have already heard about. So I'm going to clean up. But thanks for hanging with me today. Okay, so our top came in for the bathroom. So I'm going to open it up, see what she looks like. Very heavy. Says on the label here, says, don't forget, butcher block surface must be sealed or finished within 48 hours of installation. I wonder if the butcher block top sleeve would come over here. Okay, it's another beautiful day in February in Minnesota. I mean, the temperatures are in the 40s today. So that's great. So now what I'm going to do here is I've got this vanity top, which is a butcher block top, the new one. I've already got it marked out to the edge and the depth. And I don't have a guide. What do they call those things? A guide of, yeah, whatever. I don't have one of those guides. So I made one, and I'm going to cut this for that. Just realized that I can't do this way with this because it hits my clamps. So I'm gonna have to put the guide on the other side and do it. All right, so that's set up. Perfect, perfect. So I've got these clamps on here so that I'm hoping that when I cut this, it's not gonna buckle back in, but it's pretty heavy, so I'm not sure how it's gonna go. Probably should do something else, but I don't have any more clamps. Oh, wait, I have one more clamp for sure. I'm gonna get that. Maybe that'll work. I tell you, these sawhorses and the system is very handy. Very handy. Figured my battery was almost dead. It's always helpful to have a full battery. Worked like I thought it would. Now I got to cut this length, so I'm gonna get that set up and we'll be right back. We are live. Hello. Okay. It's pretty heavy.
I can move this out of my way.
Sure.
All right.
Out of the way. All right. That'll work. Now that cut really nice.
Now, what could we do with this beautiful piece of wood?
Plus we got this one.
Oh,
Another nice little chunk.
anyone got any suggestions? We got 2 small pieces of butcher block. One like this, a little bit wider. That one probably could get used as a cutting board, but
Oh yeah, that would be a good cutting board. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a
don't know.
shelf.
it could be, oh yeah.
Good shelf.
Could build brackets and put this one underneath the home sign above the TV.
And now we have to hurry up and install this top because in the instructions it says we have to stain or seal it within 48 hours of installation. So,
It could go up in flames if we don't.
right. And so I think either we put it in right away or we just don't do it. If we don't install it, then there's no big deal. Anyway.
And we did just find out that the faucet we purchased is not quite tall enough. So we'll put it on to start out with, but we're going to have to purchase a bit higher faucet.
The joys of learning and having to order things.
But it could maybe replace a faucet that's in Corey's house.
I mean, our other house.
Well, our house, but the
Our
one Corey is
renter's
staying in. So, all right.
Thank you, honey. So, got the top in here now. I've got it sitting right there. The backsplash, you can see the existing backsplash goes up to here, and we're going to do side backsplash too. So I'm going to cut this out. You can see I already started. I wanted to make sure it worked with this thing, so I'm going to cut that grout out right here. It's going to be thicker, so we're not going to have a real big backsplash, but it is what it is. Got the cold water turned off, but I can't get the hot water underneath, so I got to get a pliers to see if I can't do that. But anyway, let's see what we got here. All right, so we got that line cut. Now we'll have to get a thing to chip that bottom part out, because I'm sure this is all done as a panel, right? So they're all tied together.
And we got to be careful on this side because we don't know where this power runs.
I'm not cutting these off.
But you're cutting down here, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, I was going to just keep it the same level. Unless you wanted to go higher. I don't think we can. 'Cause if we go
I
higher,
was thinking for the backsplash.
the new
fit.
backsplash is only that thick. So I don't know if it'll fit that. Maybe it will. Maybe So it's so nice out. I'm going to unload this cube of block that's in the back of my truck that I've had in here since, I don't know, in the middle of January when we picked it up. And I just left it in the truck because it's been so dang cold. I didn't want to sit there and try to figure that out. So I'm going to unload it today because it is, let's see. My truck says it's 43 degrees, and this is February 14th, right? Valentine's Day. So I'm going to unload these things. get some weight off my truck. Although it's been nice having the weight in the truck in the snow. Don't slip around, don't have to worry about that. But I get to unload it all, so. Alright, I guess that's close enough. Let's see how much block we can get done before I get wore out. All right. That's nice. There you go. This was a great deal that Ford put out. Makes getting in and out a lot easier. Many years ago, talking probably almost 40 years ago. Man, it's a long time. I was working in an architect's office, doing architecture, obviously, and a concrete block salesman came in, and I tell you what, when he shook my hand, I tell you what, it was squeezed so hard I thought it was going to break it. Guy had one heck of a grip. Any of you that may know me, you know that once I'm done with this, I'm ready for a beer. Picked up more wild stock feed this morning. Not livestock, but wild stock. So I think I got about 8 block in my wife's truck. I think I'm going to leave them in there for the winter because she's got the small truck and she needs that weight in there just to keep stable in the snow and ice and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. My truck's pretty heavy, so I'm not too worried about it. It's one of the one of the downfalls of living on this long dirt road that we're on is that the vehicles do not ever really get a chance to get clean. I mean, this is just from the winter time. I mean, I'm a guy, and my wife's kind of person also that likes to keep our vehicles clean, and can't really do it because the roads are muddy, and then we could wash them when we get home, but then once you get out back on the road, they get dirty again. So it's a never-ending cycle. So getting the vehicles clean is like like celebrating a birthday or something. It only happens once in a while. But eventually, this driveway, at least part of it,
you know, we'll have a nice concrete area out here that we can clean vehicles and stuff. And but then again, you just got to drive onto the dirt road again. Such is life of being on a farm.
Okay, now that we got that cut, I'm going to try to chip these out of here. Without, I guess I don't care if it damages this, but I don't want to damage the wall. Yeah. Looks like it might be pretty easy. A lot easier than that would be. Always curious to uncover stuff. Just like we said, this countertop on the edge goes into the wall. So to pull that out of there, I hope it's not going to be difficult. I think it's just sitting on here. Anyway. All right, so I've got everything disconnected under here. This is here, so I'm hoping that I can just lift this thing up. Well, not really, because it's in that tile, but oh, it's on there. So I'm wondering if they glued it to it. So I might have to do something else here. So let me think about this. Okay, so I finally got the top pulled away from the wall. It took a bit because you can see this was into the wall. And I'm not really sure why it was done that way. But it was. So, but that's going to get covered up with the backsplash anyway, so should be good. Just have to piece something in there. And then I'll take this out, we can put the new one in, and start prepping it for the new sink. Okay, so now I got the top off. I'm going to screw this in. It's not screwed quite to the wall, so I'll probably end up putting wherever the next stud is going to be, probably one side or the other of that. Put a screw in there to pull it in, and then we'll put the new top on. That's that's the next thing in progress. So.
What the? Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. That was really quick. I guess it's magic, the way this thing is all done. Just like that. Huh, that's crazy. What the heck? It is magic. I don't understand. Let's show the progress, okay? Okay.
Gotta be this side. That was it. There. Now the sink is tight. And I mean tight to the wall. So now we will go ahead and put the top on. Measure for my holes. Cut the holes, and pray to God that I put them in the right place. Okay, got my handy dandy hole saw. So here goes nothing. All right, we got that one done. I'm going to clean this up, and then we got the 2 to do for the faucets, but I've got to measure those out.
Well, that was rude. Camera just shut off on me.
I guess did like what I was going to say.
Hopefully it was going the whole time. It looked like it was, but I guess our house isn't the only thing that has a ghost. Our side-by-side does too. Vegetation that has been uncovered from all this thawing.
But the next couple of days, we're going to get back into winter.
Oh, I get to plow again. I just hope I'm able to get out of our road to go to work on Thursday.
Just hope my car can handle it. St. Stephen's got to be smaller than this, right?
Huh?
St. Stephen, where my sister lives,
Oh, I don't know.
smaller.
I don't know. This is a pretty small town. Not even 300 people. Although when we came and lived here, it might be 300 now.
Well, we're not in the city.
Oh yeah. Here's where we get our feed and supplies from when they're open. They're not open on Sundays.
For the wild stuff.
Well, we'll be getting chicken feed from there too. I'm certain of that.
That'll be our livestock. But right now, it's just wild.
Yes. Our local watering hole.
It's pretty busy. though.
Isn't that funny? They never got busy. All right, check out this little place. Called the Muni.
We got our shirts and shoes on, so we're good.
Yep, we got our shoes and shirts on. All right, I'm gonna pause you.
I did funny stuff and I thought it was recorded.
Feels good to relax for a minute. I was reluctant. I didn't want to take time away from doing the coop, but I needed a rest and we needed food, so we needed fuel.
Like a machine. Old machines.
Well, we are old.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm really.
So we moved here in October, and so not many people know us yet. We came in the fall. We had a lot to do. We didn't come here a lot. Yeah, they just don't know us yet. We love touch tunes.
We do. We owned the bar. We had it. We weren't the only bar.
No, Ronnie's had it, but Ronnie's closed. And we had it, and then what's that one that closed for bar and they just opened for breakfast and lunch? The neighborhood, Yogi's. So they don't serve alcohol anymore, just breakfast and lunch.
The Waffle House had it.
Oh yeah, Waffle Houses always have it, which is odd.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I want to go to breakfast and listen to touch tunes, but maybe it works for them.
That's a good thing to have in our bar.
It was a good savings account, yeah.
We had other things too, like a pool table and a dartboard, and they were like good savings accounts for us.
Mm-hmm. Cash money. Cash is king. And when we got broke into, the person literally was on video carrying our $200 in quarters bucket out, trying to get out until Scott pulled up, and then he's like, "Oh shit," and hid behind the bar. He had our cash box and our quarters jug with him and tried to say, "Oh, I was only there to change out the taps and confuse them."
Right.
How dumb do people think people are?
He
Seriously?
used to think he was a friend of ours. And I'm not going to tell you what his real name was,
I will.
but
I know.
but he
Probably shouldn't.
he known in town, and everybody knows that what he did. And he tried to change his name. You know what he changed it to? Rob. Really?
Rob the robber.
Stupid as that.
We have a picture of this dude swimming in our pool. He watched our house.
While we were gone on vacation.
He watched my dog. My dog loved him.
Yeah, we weren't drinking that.
Now I'd stick him on him.
Doing the little things right now because it's winter time. Getting ready for the chicken coop because we have to get that going right away in the spring.
Yep.
And I don't know what the priority is after that. But there's a long, long list of things that have to be done. Plus,
Probably years worth of stuff.
oh yeah, there's years worth of.
I mean, we have 2 full houses, a 3-stall garage, the chicken coop, the garden, the barn, which is the main thing that we're going to be doing. But the first thing we need to do with that is get a structural engineer out for us to know exactly what we need to do to secure the building before we start working on it. Because we don't want it to fall on top of us.
Joists for the hayloft are made out of logs, and some of them look like they're deteriorating beyond repair. So I'm thinking they're going to end up replacing all of those.
Yep. But some look really, really good.
Yeah. They can be used for other things, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But you can change one up to a 2x whatever that's needed. Why does it change them all? So it looks.
Yeah.
But it's a century-old barn, and we want to bring it back to life. Not as a barn, but as a
Party room.
party room, event center. I guess you'd call it event center, but it's first floor event center.
Yeah. It'll have a bar, a pool table, a dartboard, a pizza cooker and popcorn maker,
And the second floor will be
and a dance floor.
dance floor.
Karaoke machine. Don't forget the karaoke machine.
Well, yeah.
And of course, we'll have some heat in there so that we can hang out in there in the winter.
Our pump house is right next to it, which I think used to have a building around it that was attached to the barn. And so I'm going to bring that back.
Mm-hmm.
That pump house is just inside the building, so it stays heated.
We've had it running on a heater since probably December. A heater running in there.
Whenever it started snowing.
So it's quite expensive to run the electric, I'm sure, to it. I don't know, but if it's inside of a building, then we won't need to have any kind of heat in there.
Extra heat.
Yeah. Today, while clearing out the chicken coop at the end, on the corner that I'm working at, I heard some sort of animal trying to get out. I think it's under it. I'm really excited to see what is underneath that coop living, because there's holes leading under it. I'm thinking it's a weasel. I've never ever seen a weasel in real life, so I'm excited to open that up and chase them out. I wonder how much of this will edit out.
Most of it, because this is a lot of gibberish.
But we like that.
Yeah, but is there anybody else?
Yeah, we could call this the, what is that meeting? Town hall meeting?
This is a lot. We could have went blind with that. Would have been good.
That would have been good. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Goats Outdoors, but that's actually a really cool one. Their videos are just everyday life. And she's going to have a baby soon. Well, she's having her baby at their house, so it definitely has to be sanitary and somewhat, put together.
What was that in the Tarzan cartoon? Okay, so this is our new backsplash that goes with the butcher block, and it's only 2.5 inches high underneath that existing tile. So I've got a mark here, and we're going to rip this down to 2.5 inches tall. So let's do it. 2.5 inches. Always measure, because you never know. Come on. There we go. Oh, too much. Perfect. Looks pretty good. What we need to do is go put it in place though, so we can make sure, make adjustments. Okay, we're back here at the construction site, which is just a few feet away from the shop. And we're going to put this piece in and make sure it fits. Actually, it's looking pretty good. It takes some of the pieces off of the bottom of the... Oh, it's a little long. Holy cow. But what we'll do is we'll trim some stuff off the bottom. Some of this stuff off the bottom. We'll trim that off. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've trimmed all the grout and stuff off the bottom of that tile. We're going to try to fit this thing back in there again. Let's see how it fits this time. Still a little tight. But I think it's because there must be still some grout and stuff in place because it's down below it. And I maybe, just maybe, have to trim this thing down just slightly. I don't like a chunky grout, that is. Okay, you should see that piece I trimmed off there. It's like it's paper thin. That's how good that size. All right, let's see how this thing works. Not works, how it looks. It fits right in there. That's gonna be good. That little piece underneath there, let's caulk it, and it's gonna look like nobody's business. Man, I like that. Very nice, very nice. Now, we got now this piece, I'm going to cut it at 17 7/8. Got this piece cut. You know, maybe one day I'll have a shop half as good as those guys from Perkins Brothers. Perkins Brothers builders, man. Those guys, or I should say those guys. The one brother, they just put stuff in his new shop, and boy, I tell you what, that looks nice. All right. So this piece is perfect. I'm just going to have to trim the bottom of this off again, and it'll slide right in there. So I'm going to do that, and we'll try to fit it again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's going to be nice. Yep. And then we just caulk along here. Fill that all in. That is going to fit nicely. You know, it's a butcher block top. I'm wondering if I should try to distress it a little bit. But I don't know.
That's a good thought. I could round the edges better. I'm going to ask her opinion. And I think she's going to agree with me. I hope anyway. You know, because my opinion matters. Just like hers does. Alright, I gotta go get Deb. She's been so busily working on this, getting this chicken coop out today. She's so excited about doing it. But it's getting late. I mean, it's getting dark out here. Alright, what do you think of this? Well, it's not even hooked up. Nothing's hooked up yet.
Yeah, definitely. We got to get a new faucet. Same style, just taller.
Yeah.
We use that faucet somewhere else.
What do you think about distressing this edges and stuff on?
No.
No? Leave it sharp and crisp?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay, awesome. I will take it apart so that it can be stained. And then...
Did you get stain at the...
Yeah, I got some stain while I was there.
All right.
I will go and I'll measure before I take anything apart what I need for any extra plumbing under there. And then I should be, once it's stained, I can hook it back up. And we should be good.
Yeah, once this is really dark brown, it will look a whole lot different than it does now. It'll actually blend in and look good. Yeah, I love this bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna, the faucet came with a
drain.
drain that's same color as faucet, but it's not gonna work.
It doesn't fit right.
Right, it doesn't fit. So we have to go
So
with
why
this.
do they even bother? You know, I don't know why they even bother putting drains in. They don't know what people have for drains.
Well, that's true. But if it's an ordinary sink, then it probably would fit. But because this is a special one, there's actually another piece that goes right in here. And this
Oh,
goes
yeah, to
on.
seal it.
And then underneath here, right now it's just sitting on there, but it actually sits on a stand underneath.
How big of a stand?
It's just a round piece, just like this, but it sits flat on here and then it's cupped for the bowl. So it just kind of helps it. So.
All right, excellent. It's going to look beautiful. Ugly, or that old one was so ugly.
Well, yeah.
You know, but back in the day when it was put in, I'm sure it was in style.
That was, that's all they had. I mean,
Yeah.
They didn't make sinks like this.
Isn't it funny
time.
how people's tastes change over time?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
Yes, I'm in my jammies because I was out in the chicken coop and I got mouse poop and stuff all over me. So I had to take my clothes off and put my jammies on. But anyway.
Yeah, and the house was built in the early 70s.
Yeah.
And that was a style at that time. And
Yeah. See, a seashell-shaped sink bowl.
Right. Now we're talking...
That's great on the coast, but...
2026, we're talking, what, almost 60 years later? So it's time
That's crazy.
Time to update. I mean, we actually want to do more, but right now we're getting by until we get a master bathroom built, and then we can really overhaul this room. So.
Yeah, this room will, be completely overhauled. This will be torn out, or if it's not torn out, it'll be turned into a linen closet and stuff, and then we won't need that. Something. We're not sure exactly how it's going to work, but that tub is going to go bye-bye, and it's only going to be a shower.
Right. But this here is the old flue.
Yes.
That's not used anymore. So
I hate the flue.
I want to... the
flue's not good.
No, especially in the wintertime. Whether we put a linen closet there or not, I would like to tear that out. So.
Yeah. And we'll get, even though I redid this and everything, I'm still not happy with it. And I'd rather have just a normal cabinet. But it looks better than what was there. It was all...
Great. What you did was awesome.
It was all like peeling and stuff, the finish was. So this is better, but it's still not exactly what we want. And we'll have exactly what we want someday. And it'll be another video.
Wait, that's why we have years of video left.
Well, that's a wrap for today. I appreciate y'all hanging out and watching the progress out here. It was a long one, but a good one. Next week, we're diving back into the chicken coop build, so if you want to see how that comes together, be sure to subscribe and stick around. Thanks again for being here. I'll see you next time.